Hello everyone, Max from Not Another Fitness Channel. This is my weekly update, so I'll take you through some of the before and after pictures. And the good news is I lost another 400 grams, so I think we're on the right track. Last week I only lost about 200 grams, so I think I've made the right changes in the last 7 days to enable me to lose around the target that I had previously set for my weight loss. So I've got still about 7 or 8 weeks to go, I think, before hitting the final target. But let's go through the before and after pictures first. As you can see from all of these pictures, a lot of the muscle fullness has actually gone down, which means I would have lost a lot of water weight, along with obviously a little bit of fat as well, as you can see better in the very last picture. Okay, so on top of that, I wanted to touch on a topic which is, in my opinion, always very interesting to discuss, which is the never-ending debate about natural and not natural. Although this is not really a conundrum for me because I've already taken my decision not to ever really taking any PEDs. I might maybe one day, if because of an illness or some serious injury, my levels are not optimized, then I never say never, okay? But at the current state, no chance that I will take any PEDs. And the reason is that obviously you've got to weigh up the pros and cons for everything. And in my opinion, there's really no need at the moment. What I wanted to discuss, and this is going to be a bit controversial, but my opinion is that it's not really that important to know whether someone is enhanced or not. Doesn't make any difference really. To know that someone that's been taking steroids their whole life, and then all of a sudden, you find out after decades of denying it, would it change anything really? In my opinion, it wouldn't. Let's take, for example, the most natural person in the world, Mr. Michael Hearn. If tomorrow he was to make a video saying, yes, you know what, I'll admit it, I've been taking everything under the sun, steroids, growth hormone, you name it, okay, obviously that video will make 100 million views, but would it change anything in terms of how you view that person? And you might say, okay, he's being honest, he's finally come clean about it. But would it change anything really? The fact that someone like him looks like him, it's not just about the steroids. It's more about the genetics. Obviously, someone like him, again, I'm talking about Michael Hearn, but this is not really about him, but I'm just taking him as an example. But someone like him needs elite level genetics, like 1 in a million, like Greg Doucette would say, or 1 in 10 million even, and 40 plus years of training, dedication like no one else when it comes down to his nutrition and his rest. And obviously, on top of that, I was jogging, by the way, earlier when I said they both trash. To me, it's obvious that he's taking steroids. But would it make any difference now to know 100% that he's taking it? In my opinion, it wouldn't. And by the way, for the average Joe out there watching this video, which is someone that maybe looks like me or worse than me or a little bit better than me, I think I have average genetics or maybe even below average, so it doesn't matter. Do you think, honestly, do you think if you were to start taking all the steroids in the world, all the PEDs, the growth hormone, everything, let's call it the liver king stack. If you were to take that, would you look like him? Even himself, the liver king, would you look like him? Definitely not. To look in a certain way, it's not just about what you inject in your body. There's so much more to take into account. There's really, that's why I believe the whole debate, or is that person natural, is it not natural, it's kind of just good for having a chat. It's good to inflame people. We're having a conversation about it. We will discuss the good and the bad, but really it's not that important when it comes down to judging the person's character. Obviously, that changes when that certain individual is taking part in tested competitions like the Olympic Games or bodybuilding competitions that are supposed to be natural and is not. then of course there is something wrong. Then it's cheating. But for everyone else, really, IFBB pros or just the average person, the Liver King, okay, he was lying, obviously. He was trying to advertise his business through the way he looked. But other than that, really, isn't it kind of obvious? So if it's obvious at the same time, does it matter? Which is also why I have been thinking about this a lot. Is it better to talk about PEDs or not to talk about PEDs? Do you actually believe people today are using PEDs more because people talk about it or because it's not talked about it enough? My personal opinion, it's talked about too much. In a certain way, when people talk about it too much, it's almost like, yeah, we're normalizing it. By normalizing it, obviously people see as not too bad and not too dangerous. Whilst of course there are dangers. And again, the people that I've mentioned so far, even Greg Doucette himself, Derek for More Plates, More Dates, Mike Israel, all these people have talked about it a lot, even admitting themselves, which good for them. But do you think it would have put that many people off the gi or put more people on the gi? This is the kind of conversation that we need to have, in my opinion, because if it's really counterproductive, wouldn't it have been better, like, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 years ago? I wasn't around, but 30, 40 years ago, it wouldn't have been that discussed and sort of would have remained within that realm of people that are involved with their job in that industry. Whereas, for example, now the average Joe is watching a Derek's video and he's saying, "Oh, look, these are the dosages. This is what it did. It doesn't look that bad. Maybe I should do it too." So yeah, I just wanted to discuss this on video because if you look at social media and people that are in social media, you might feel like everyone's on steroids. Everyone. But is that really the case? And if that's the case, what caused that? So please leave a comment. I really, really want to know your opinion because I might be entirely wrong. And if someone can tell me in which way I'm wrong, I'm always happy to listen to other people's opinion because really the only way we can improve is by having a discussion. So thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.